My name is Darren Phillips. I'm 52 years old. I drive for Sevier Valley Oil Company. I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I joined the Marine Corps in 1984, right when I graduated high school. I served 12 years in the Marine Corps, and then later joined the Utah Army National Guard as a Black Hawk helicopter flight crew chief and served 14 years with the Utah Army National Guard. I did 2 tours in Iraq. I was in charge of passengers and cargo. I was the door gunner in the Black Hawk. I have 2 kids. One daughter, she is 17 years old and starting college in October. And my son is 16 years old and is in high school. I drive for Sevier Valley Oil Company, and I've been driving since 2014. On May 31st, I was driving on I-80 East with my fuel tankers past Green River, Wyoming. As I passed the last exit of Green River, I was driving down the hill and noticed that a Wyoming Highway Patrol had somebody pulled over to the side of the road. And as I got closer, I noticed that they were grabbing each other, wrestling around on the side of the road. So I said to myself, I need to stop. I hit my brakes and stopped my truck. I set my brakes and jumped out of my truck and ran over. As I ran up to him, the trooper saw me, looked right at me and said, "The guy is going for my gun." When I came around behind the guy and put my arm around him and put the guy into a chokehold, and I just tightened my arm around him and I stood up. And as I stood up, he came back with me and I fell right back onto my back. And he came right back and fell right on top of me. I just said, "You better stop struggling or I'm going to put you out." And he realized what was going on. He kind of stopped struggling. I had the guy on top of me in the chokehold, and I had the 2 troopers on top of him trying to get a control of him. When they both had hands on him, I asked the trooper that just came up if I could let him go, and he says, "Yeah, you can let him go now." As they stood him up and they were walking him past me, he looked over at me and said, "Nice chokehold." You know, the trooper called me a couple days after, and we talked for like a half hour on the phone. Really great conversation with him, and you know, he was telling me what he was going through, and I was telling him what I was going through. And what I would tell him is that I really respect what he does for a living, and if there's anything that I could ever do to help those guys out, the people that, put their life on the line every day, if there's anything I could do to help those guys at any time, I'm pleased to do it. They're the heroes in my mind.
My name is Shannon Staples, Operations Manager for Sevier Valley Oil. Proud to have Darren on our team and glad that he was able to go above and beyond the call of duty and help an officer on the side of the road.